Every year in the United States, more than 200 million turkeys are raised, processed, and sent to grocery stores, diners, and holiday tables from coast to coast. From a distance, it just looks like another familiar dish covered in gravy. But behind that golden brown turkey lies an enormous hidden world of genetics, climate-controlled barns, and processing plants that run almost like airports for birds. For most of us, the story of a turkey begins only when we peel back the plastic packaging in the kitchen. Yet long before that moment, its journey started as a tiny, fragile egg on a specialized farm in rural America. That egg is never left to chance. From the first minute, it is handled by machines, scanned by sensors, and cared for under strict protocols that would remind you more of a laboratory than a barn. Here's the real shock. In just about 6 months, that little egg can turn into a bird weighing over 40 pounds, ready to be broken down into breasts, thighs, wings, and drumsticks for millions of families. How is that even possible? The answer is a tightly connected system, breeding farms, hatcheries, grow-out barns, feed mills, and high-tech processing lines, all designed to work with almost zero downtime. Today, we're going to step inside this system in a way most people never see. We'll follow the turkey's life from the moment the egg is selected and incubated, all the way to the second it is chilled, packed, and labeled for your local supermarket. Some parts will impress you. Some parts might make you uncomfortable, but every part will be real. Before we walk into the hatchery, the true starting point of this journey, I want to hear from you. Are you ready to see how your food is really made? Comment 1 if you want more honest, behind-the-scenes stories like this, or 0 if you'd rather not see what happens beyond the package. And if you're curious enough to keep going, hit subscribe on so you don't miss the next step inside America's turkey farms and factories. Now let's step inside the real starting point of every turkey's life, the hatchery. It feels more like a clean laboratory, bright lights, stainless steel machines, and strict entry rules to keep the entire facility biosecure. In the U.S., hatcheries follow some of the toughest sanitation standards in agriculture because a single contaminant can affect tens of thousands of future birds. Everything begins at breeder farms, where parent turkeys are raised specifically to produce eggs. These eggs arrive at the hatchery several times a week and are immediately inspected. Workers and scanners check for cracks, odd shapes, or contamination. Only strong, uniform eggs move forward. The rest are discarded to prevent issues later. Approved eggs are placed onto large trays and loaded into towering incubators, giant machines capable of holding tens of thousands of eggs at once. Inside, computers control temperature, humidity, and airflow with extreme precision. Even the smallest change can affect growth, so the system constantly adjusts to keep conditions identical from top to bottom. After 7 days, each egg undergoes candling. A concentrated beam of light reveals whether the embryo is developing properly. Healthy embryos continue, weak or stalled ones are removed. This step is critical. It boosts hatch success and ensures that only strong poults move on to the grow-out phase. As hatch day approaches, the machines rotate and tilt the eggs to mimic natural mother bird movement. When the shells begin to crack, the eggs are transferred into hatching cabinets. Within hours, thousands of fluffy, newly emerged poults fill the trays. From here, every chick is handled with speed and care. Workers check their condition, count them, and vaccinate them on site using fast, sterile methods that protect the entire flock from disease. The goal is simple: send out healthy, uniform poults ready to grow efficiently. Within their first 24 hours of life, these tiny birds leave the hatchery and head to the vast grow-out barns where they'll spend the next 6 months. And that is exactly where we're going next. After leaving the hatchery, the poults are transported to the grow-out barns, where they will spend almost their entire lives. These barns are long, controlled environments designed to raise large flocks safely and efficiently. Each barn can hold up to 20,000 turkeys in a single production cycle, depending on the farm and market demand. Because the poults arrive very small and sensitive, the barns are preheated before they enter. The bedding is dry, the lights are kept low, and the feeders are set at a height the young birds can easily reach. During the first weeks, maintaining steady warmth is crucial, and farmers adjust it gradually as the birds grow and develop feathers. Inside the barn, Automated systems handle most daily needs. Feeders deliver a balanced, high-protein diet made mainly from corn and soybean meal, two common U.S. crops known for supporting fast, stable growth. Water lines run along the length of the barn, offering clean drinking water at all times. Ventilation units pull air through the building to keep temperature and humidity within safe limits and to prevent moisture buildup on the floor. Farmers check the flock several times a day. They walk the barns, observe bird behavior, confirm that equipment is working correctly, and listen for signs of stress or illness. Simple instruments such as thermometers, humidity gauges, and airflow indicators help ensure the environment stays consistent. If conditions change because of weather or equipment issues, adjustments are made on the spot. Around 12 to 14 weeks, males and females begin growing at different rates, so farmers often manage feed flow and density to keep the flock as uniform as possible. Uniformity helps ensure the birds reach market weight at the right time. By the end of roughly 6 months, each turkey has reached 15 to 40 pounds, depending on breed and market requirements. At this stage, they are fully grown and ready for the next step in the production chain. Once the flock meets its target weight, the farm prepares for nighttime harvesting and transport to the processing plant. That is where the next part of our journey begins. As the turkeys reach full size, the focus in the barn shifts to maintaining stable conditions for the final weeks before harvest. Larger birds generate more heat and moisture, so farmers check ventilation, temperature, and litter condition several times a day. The bedding is leveled or replaced when needed to keep the floor dry and firm. This helps prevent leg problems, which are more common as the birds become heavier. Feeders continue delivering a corn-soy diet, and water lines are inspected to ensure a steady supply. During this stage, farmers watch flock behavior closely. If birds gather too tightly in one area or show signs of reduced movement, adjustments are made to airflow or lighting to encourage even activity. Doors, fans, and vents are changed throughout the day to match weather conditions and keep the barn within the proper temperature range. When most of the flock reaches the target weight, the farm schedules the harvest date with the processing plant so transport can be arranged without delays. Crates are then moved to the loading area, where forklifts transfer them onto transport trucks. These trucks are designed for live poultry and include wide ventilation openings to maintain airflow around every crate. The floors are non-slip to keep the load stable during the trip. Before leaving, workers check crate placement, air circulation, and total weight. Drivers follow planned routes to reach the plant efficiently. When the trucks arrive at the processing facility, they are guided into the receiving area. Crates are unloaded in order, marking the transition from farm management to the start of industrial processing. From this point, the birds move into a controlled sequence that prepares them for the processing line. When the turkeys arrive at the processing plant, the crates are unloaded and moved into the receiving area. From this point forward, the entire process follows a fixed sequence designed to meet U.S. food safety standards and maintain a consistent production flow. The first step is stunning, which renders the birds unconscious quickly so they can be handled without distress. After stunning, the turkeys move to the bleed-out station, where automated equipment performs the initial step needed for processing. The carcasses then enter a scalding tank, a controlled hot water bath that loosens feathers and prepares the skin for mechanical removal. Next, the line leads into plucking machines. These machines use rows of rotating rubber fingers to remove feathers efficiently. Multiple stations complete this step, ensuring that the carcass is clean before continuing down the line. Once plucked, the birds reach the evisceration area. Automated blades open the body cavity, and specialized tools remove internal organs. Edible parts such as hearts, livers, and gizzards are collected on a separate line. All other material is directed to byproduct processing. Inspectors monitor this section closely to confirm that each carcass is properly cleaned and free of visible contamination. After evisceration, the carcasses pass through a washing stage. High-pressure sprays rinse the birds thoroughly. Many plants use approved antimicrobial rinses as an added safety measure. Immediately afterward, the birds enter the chilling system, either a cold water tank or an air chill tunnel. Rapid chilling is essential for preventing bacterial growth and protecting meat quality. Once chilled, the turkeys move to the cut-up line. Machines and workers separate the carcass into standardized parts: wings, thighs, drums, and breast meat. Blade guides help maintain uniform cuts. Pieces that do not meet size or shape requirements are directed to trim or ground meat production. The final stage is packaging. Each portion is weighed, sealed, and labeled with plant information and tracking codes. Completed packages are placed in cold storage, ready to be shipped to retailers and food service buyers across the United States. From hatchery to packaging, the turkey industry in the United States works as one connected system. Each stage, egg selection, incubation, grow-out barns, harvesting, transport, and processing, has a specific purpose and follows established standards to ensure consistency and food safety. Although the steps are different, they all support the same goal: producing a reliable supply of turkey meat for millions of households. Farms focus on steady growth and animal management. Controlled temperatures, proper ventilation, and balanced feed help the birds reach market weight on schedule. These practices influence the condition of the birds when they reach the plant, which affects final quality. Inside the processing facility, the workflow is structured and monitored. Stunning, scalding, plucking, evisceration, washing, chilling, and cutting follow a fixed sequence to maintain efficiency. Packaging adds clear labels and tracking information so retailers and consumers know when and where the product was processed. This traceability is a key requirement in modern U.S. food systems. Turkey also holds cultural value in the United States. It is strongly associated with Thanksgiving, Christmas, and other gatherings where families share large meals. Because demand increases sharply during these times, the industry must be able to produce and distribute large volumes without disrupting the supply chain. Shoppers can choose from whole turkeys, cut parts, ground meat, or specialty options such as free-range products. All come from the same general production chain, but different farms and brands may use slightly different practices. By understanding how the system works, consumers can make decisions that match their preferences for price, production method, or origin. This concludes the full overview of how American turkey production functions from start to finish. Behind every turkey sold in stores is a coordinated chain of farms, transport crews, and processing plants working together to supply a product that plays an important role in both daily meals and national traditions.